I need to find a better way to do that.
Yeah.
The first shot everyone enjoys is just. What's that?
Should be able to put it on a timer or something. That's what you really want.
What's the hourglass for?
No, that's how we start.
Oh, okay.
We lightly used to be in frame.
When that runs out, Mikey gets your soul.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, welcome back to another Last Call podcast.
Hey.
My name is Mikey T. Tristan is phoning in from the great state of Ohio. And back in local studio, Tom K.
Hey, hello, Internet.
After a long hiatus is back with us. So
yes,
glad to have him back.
Yeah, I was here, I guess, for like the Black Friday podcast, November 2016. And since then, I've written a book. It's called How to Be a Parent in 6 Months That I've been trying. So I guess a month after the podcast, my wife and I started, let's try having a baby. Okay, whatever. So we go to the doctor. They said, oh, yeah, some like genetic stuff. You may end up having to like take 2 years to have it happen to like conceive. All right, cool, whatever. 2 months later, you're pregnant. Hey, great. And then 6 months later, the baby gets here. My boy was 3 months early, so I went from no kids to a kid in 8 months. I defied science. So,
the math there is crazy.
Yeah. But he's home now. He's doing good. He's 6 months old last week, so healthy. That's the most important part. But now I'm here to give you guys about parent questions. Tristan, Mikey, when can I sleep again?
Never. I think like 18 years, something like that.
Okay. So just kick him out in 18 years and then just take a nap for a month?
I think that's about.
Jeez.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
This cool thing happens where they get to be about, I'd say 2, and like they kind of start to turn the corner and become cool, like little people. And they start sleeping and they're doing super cute things, like actually emotionally connecting with you and not,
No, yeah, he's starting to bounce around and smile at me and stuff now. And I'm getting like every now and then I get like midnight to 6 a.m. I can sleep and it's like beautiful. I'm like, oh. But yeah, still not much. Like he calms down to Disney music and Van Halen. So I've just been pushing the David Lee Roth albums as hard as I can to see what he likes. And so far it's still a whole new damn world. So I'm pushing for something besides I've fed the baby and listened to nothing but Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King. I mean, it calms him down. He's not losing his mind, but I'm losing mine a little bit. And I'm not even the one who's home all the time. My wife is the one at home being like a rock star, Wonder Woman, feeding the kid 8 times a day. I'm like, or whatever how many times a day. I'm just there like feeding him 1 time a day, and it's still wearing me out. So I don't know how she does it.
The cool thing is, as soon as you feel like you have it figured out, it will change.
Yeah, he'll like start like walking and talking and running around the house and falling down steps and trying to kill himself. Yeah, oh God.
It's all downhill from here.
No, I love the kid, but man, they said I had 2 years. So they took 2 years to get pregnant with his wife. All right, great. 2 years of just trying and working on it. No, wait, no. She tracks that cycle like a hawk and pregnant 2 months later.
Yeah, you missed out on the time to mentally prepare yourself.
Exactly. And then when the kid got here, I didn't have it either. Well, actually, once he got here, like 3 months, scariest week of my life. He gets there 3 months early. And so then, okay, wait, scary part's done. The kid is here. He's at the hospital. He's in the NICU. He's at least safe. So now I have 3 months to like get the house ready, like paint the room, build some furniture. At least the scary part's done. Now it's just when he's done cooking, bring him home.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't know that I was born premature. So I was 3 months premature as well. And
I forgot about this.
And especially because, obviously this is coming up on 35 years ago.
Yeah.
That wasn't very common. It's already a miracle for for a kid to survive now.
Yeah.
35 years ago, they just put you in a fish tank and cross their fingers.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like it was like one of those NICU things where it looked like I was in quarantine, like in the E.T. movie.
Yeah.
They're handling you with those gloves like you're radioactive. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, it's so freaking weird, man. But yeah, when like the day he was born, I put it on Facebook and you said you were born 2 pounds, 25 weeks. I'm like, oh shit, you know what? If I get like a Mikey-sized son eventually, man,
like,
I'm cool, man.
I managed to grow out of it, I guess. So
yeah. Like I'm the short one between her brother, her dad, my dad, and me. I'm the short one. So if he's anywhere at least 6 feet, I'll be in a good space.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tristan, you had pretty comparatively calm childbirth stories, right? Like nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy. The first one was normal. He was like, I don't know, not quite 2 weeks early, so like in perfect, kind of like I should have been expecting it, but like that weekend, I decided that the baby's room needed a fan in it, like it just had an overhead light, and so like I'm bad at electricity and home repairs in general, and so I ripped the light out and had literally like bare electrical wires hanging from the ceiling. And I was like, I'll finish it up tomorrow. And it's like 98 degrees outside. And then Susan went into labor that night. So I had to call my parents and be like, hey, could you remove the bare electrical wires from the ceiling in the baby's room and clean up all the sawdust and put the furniture back in? And because I've destroyed the baby's room that he's supposed to come home to.
I think that's up on the list of things not to do to a newborn is, don't electrocute them and don't give them chocolate or
that's basically it. Or water. No babies die if you give them water, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, that's one you wouldn't expect.
I guess, but I just know, you don't, I guess they can't handle the water yet. So I know we need to like wash it. Like he gets an inhaler like twice a day. We got to like swab out his cheeks with like a washcloth. We got to make sure it's damp. No drips, nothing. Like, no water in his mouth. Like, all right, shoot, man. Okay.
I heard a story about a mother who was worried about the cost of formula, so she was sitting there basically watering it down. So they should use 50% of the formula required with the same amount of water.
Yeah.
And it eventually killed their baby. I was like, that is horrifying.
Yeah.
And that's not something you would think of. I mean, generally speaking, you think water is good for you.
I'm just traversing the dangerous spots of Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace to try to find formula that expires in a month from now. Like, oh yeah, come on, pick it up. What's the cost? I don't know, free, man. I'm like, formula. I'm like, yeah, we don't need it. I'm like, am I gonna get shot when I go pick it up? Like, what? No, man, no. Bring the baby.
Probably not.
What were we saying, Tristan?
Sorry.
Oh, so my favorite. So my wife, for our first child, she did the whole like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I'm just going to do like natural childbirth. Like no judgment on anybody who doesn't. I just want to see if I can. And so she did, and she was a champion, and she did a great job. And came time to have our second child, I was like, so natural childbirth again? She was like, fuck that noise. I'm getting drugs this time.
Give me them drugs.
So
man, I would have taken drugs if given the chance. They're like, do you want an epidural? Yeah, god damn it.
That's always a joke. She's like, oh, does daddy want one? I'm like, fuck, man, I'm stressed.
Can I get on that spinal?
Yeah.
So
man.
Baby number 2 comes around, and she kind of starts feeling it. So we take her to the hospital, and they check her out, and they're like, you know what? You're not there yet. Why don't you just go chill out, maybe at the mall down the street for a little while, and then just come back and see us, in a little bit. And we're like, okay. So we go down there and we do that, and then we come back and like we're wandering around the mall, and like she's stopping every 30 seconds and like grabbing my hand so tight I can feel the bones rub together in my hand. I'm like, well, at least if she shatters my hand, we're gonna go to the right place.
Wait, so her water broke and you just go to the mall?
Yeah, but like water breaking, that can happen like 3 days prior. Like it's not like the movies. I mean, it can be one of those signals that like it's time to go, but like you're kind of looking for funny unrelated story. We were taking childbirth class the first time around, and it was a 10-week course. And on week 8, the instructor's like, so next week we're going to talk about like contractions and how far apart they are and how strong they should be and when you should go to the hospital. And 2 days later, she went into labor. We never got that lesson, so we just kind of had a ballpark it.
I think that's funny. We were going to the St. Agnes Hospital tour, and we had the kid before the tour even started. So 3 months ahead of schedule, man. We learned on the fly. Like baby was next to us, and we're learning everything about the baby when he's just looking at us. Like, okay, there he is.
Well, the good thing is that meant you didn't have to deal with much of the labor and delivery at St. Agnes.
No, we didn't go to St. Agnes at all. When she went into labor, we were at like, the St. Agnes women's group. They said, we can't go to St. Agnes because the NICU's full. You're going to Howard County. Like, all right, sure, whatever. Howard County was great.
That's awesome. You
It
dodged
was
a bullet
great.
there, man.
That's what we keep hearing. So as soon as we got there, like they were super nice there. We were there for 3 months. I mean, they were the best. So yeah, if we were kid number 2, we're going to Howard County General without a question.
90% of the staff at St. Agnes can eat a bag of dicks, as far as I'm concerned. They could all die in a fire, and I'd be okay with it.
Jesus.
But on a
I know
happier
the
note,
ER is rough. But I've always heard good stuff about the actual inside, like past the ER. Is great.
yeah, I hear their oncology is good there, but a lot of other areas are lacking,
Yeah.
so to speak. That's depressing.
I work.
Go ahead.
I work kind of around a hospital at this point. I go there on a semi-regular basis, and it's amazing when you're there that often. Like everybody I look at, I'm like trying to figure out like what disease they have. I'm like, are you here because you sprained your wrist, or do you have Ebola, or is it like crippling brain cancer? And I'm like looking in their eyes and trying to figure out like, are you gonna die tomorrow? Like it's really depressing being there.
My wife has been binging Grey's Anatomy the last few weeks, and I'm just watching
Oh.
all these horrible, over-the-top cases that hospital should be shut down. Between,
Binging
bomb-
Grey's Anatomy with a 6-month-old? Oh my God, you're asking for suicide. Take that away from her.
I can one up that. I don't remember what the name of the show was,
Okay,
but it was I think it was a spin-off because it had that same
private practice probably.
yeah
With the redhead chick. Yeah,
that one, which is pretty much about babies dying. That's
really?
That's like what the show was apparently about.
Notes to avoid.
Yeah,
Okay.
so my wife was like, I think from like 6 to 8 months pregnant, was like binge watching this show.
Yeah,
And every once in a while I'd pop in and see a little bit. And I'm like, why are you watching this? This is
Yeah.
horrifying. There was a part where one of the characters was pregnant and then a crazy person snuck in, drugged her, and cut the baby out of her.
Whoa.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Who? What the fuck
Now, see-
is that?
now, see,
Who decides that's good for
the
television?
stuff I've watched is like very over the top, laughably dramatic every time. It's like, oh look, they're having a happy life, but wait a minute, they're gonna go get in this trailer. It's gonna fall off the cliff, or this ferry's gonna sink, or this bomb's gonna go off every single time. And like, I saw it coming a mile away every time. It's just hilarious how over the top it all is.
Well, that's like comically extreme. I can.
It Grey's is kind of extreme. Like I like Scrubs. It was a great show, I think. As far as the hospital comedy / drama was great.
Well, yeah, but that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy
It's
was
like over the top.
unintentionally funny.
Yes. Yeah. Like every single time, like someone's like, that hospital should be shut down between like bomb threats and mass shootings and explosions and just, like-
Viral outbreaks.
yeah, they should have been shut down 12 seasons ago. They're on season 13. It's,
Wait, is it still going?
yeah, they're making that money, man. You
I thought that stopped
No.
years ago.
No, it's like Walking Dead. They only have like 3 original cast members left in the first season because they've all either left the show or got killed off on the show. So you have like
They really had characters get killed off.
oh yeah,
Oh, all the time.
all the time.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
That's
the
ridiculous.
main girl is still there, Meredith Grey. She's still the lead. She's on the show, and then like the old black doctor, and then the bossy black nurse lady. They're all on the show still. Everybody else. Oh, and like the gruffy, like I don't know the other guy. The gruffy dude who's been on there since season. 4 guys have been there since season 1, and the rest have all been killed off in various ways, cancer and car crashes.
And what's the other one?
Fires.
What's the one all the ladies are freaking out about now too? It's something us.
This Is
Somebody
Us.
just died in like a
Oh.
microwave fire.
Yeah, make Jack Pearson, Peter Petrelli from Heroes. If we're going really old school, is
I'm
like
with you.
Father of the Year. But like the whole plot is like, so it's the show takes place in the past and the present, and at some point in the show, the dad passed away. They were leaning, and for like the last 2 seasons, it's been like, we're gonna kill him off this week on NBC. We're gonna kill the dad. We fucking swear. They never do.
Next
But
time
then-
on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, next gonna die in a house fire.
I like it. The people commenting all this dumb shit about cooking and all that stuff, and they just show like the sad Jack. What is it, Jack Pearson?
Jack
What-
Pearson, yeah.
pictures of him like upset looking because people were sharing stuff about cooking. It's like because he apparently
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
well,
died
if,
because
Don't be
if you-
appliance
if you're
that
a-
killed him.
if you are a last call podcast / This Is Us fan, spoiler alert, the house catches on fire because of a bad crock pot.
Oh, the crock pot. That's right.
He goes back in for the dog, and you think he's gonna die. He comes out with the dog. Oh my god! They take this out again, and he dies of a heart attack in the hospital. So it's
He
like
goes
a big
back.
old cop-out.
He goes back to get the crock pot and dies in the fire.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
My chili.
Anniversary crock pot. It's not that bad of a crock pot.
Yeah, it was like a crock pot manufacturer had to come out and be like, "Look, guys, crock pots are super safe. I don't care what you saw them. This is us. Like, this is a safe technology."
It was like the 80s or whatever. So it burnt the house down in the 80s. But still, yeah, like 1980s
That's just what
crock
houses
pots
do
were
back
like
then.
Everything was flammable in the 80s. There was
before
still
they had grounding wires.
It was mainly because stuff was left over from the 70s when everything was made of like fur and shag and like there really wasn't anything that wasn't flammable.
I feel bad
for everything out of plaster and plastic and plaster and just see what happens.
Just melt.
It just all melts together and catches fire.
I knew a guy once who was a Baltimore City firefighter. I feel bad for modern firefighters. That dude never fought a fucking fire. He was always just like cutting fat people out of their houses or like reviving drug overdoses. Like, dude never fought. I'm not sure the dude ever fought a real fire in his life. He signed up for Backdraft and he just got like fucking constant medical calls.
I think. Wouldn't there be?
What's that?
Wouldn't there be plenty of fires in the city though? I would see some videos of like the city on fire.
Plenty is a pretty relative term. I mean, like, yeah, there's like a car that catches on fire now and again, but like, you know, good old fashioned, the house is on fire, the guys are inside kicking down doors, hosing it down. That doesn't, you know, what, a few times a year?
Ladder 49, none of that happening.
None of that shit ever happens.
Speaking of Baltimore City, we're number one.
We're number one.
Woo!
Not in
Number
baseball or
one.
football or anything good.
What is it? Most dangerous city in
Most
U.S. or world? I don't know.
In the U.S. No, it's not. No, you're much worse off living in like Syria, which is a country. Sorry. Pick a city in Syria. You're worse living there.
True. But if you want to go see a comedy show in the U.S., I would avoid Baltimore on like a Friday night.
I just generally avoid Baltimore.
Yeah.
Unless it used to be as long as it was daylight, you were good.
Not anymore.
Like all the shitty people were like vampires.
Yeah.
But no, now you got like pregnant people with their kids getting pushed into the harbor by like like hordes of just 12 and 13-year-old kids.
Yeah. No, I used to think like, oh, everybody you see complain about the city is like the guys who come down from Carroll County with their like fucking Ravens camo on, tailgate twice a month, and they go back home and the city's awful. I hate the city. It's the worst, full of thugs. But now, like, oh, you know what? Actually, they're kind of right. Like for a while, they're just being like xenophobic. But no, it's true. The city is awful.
Oh yeah, Baltimore's a huge cesspool. I mean, that's not something that's a political debate.
No,
it just really is
much worse the last few years.
Pile of garbage there.
That's why I moved to Cleveland.
Where there's nothing going on.
Nothing going on, man.
Oh.
No, Baltimore still got some great pockets in it, but I wonder like where the bottom is for Baltimore. Like, is it like, will it just continue to empty out and just become a wasteland? Like Detroit?
I don't think there's no rock bottom for Baltimore because it's like Detroit. There's nothing in Detroit but like the auto industry, and that's been so parceled out to everywhere else that it like the city could collapse around it. Baltimore, there's enough nearby that it just kind of strings it up enough that it never quite crashes to bedrock.
As long as they get enough police near the harbor and the stadiums, no one's ever going to know. Oh yeah, we're totally fine, man. It's a beautiful city. Come on
they just
down.
keep, keep pulling them back. Just pull them out of the poor neighborhoods.
Yeah, no, all of the money spent by the city is just spent on fucking tourism. It's
within
never rebuild
blocks
the
of the harbor.
Like, it's never pay the cops better or rebuild the school. It's just how much money can we get from these? We'll give them a tax break. They'll build these beautiful row homes. We'll build these beautiful like distilleries and like conference rooms and all these areas. Just don't look west or east. just look how pretty the harbor is, and just
or north or south.
yeah, just look at the harbor. The harbor's great. Just
Stay right here.
Don't go 5 blocks to Howard Street. No, just maybe station north in the sunlight. When it's dark out, leave station north too. Just come back down. Like, stay near the hotels all night and then go home.
Right near the hotels.
Yeah.
I
Like
used to
the
have
hotel lobbies.
I used to have business associates like come in from out of town and they'd stay at a hotel like 6 blocks away and they'd be like, "Can I walk back?" And I would be like, I would literally be like, as long as you leave by 4 and just go straight to the hotel, like whatever you do, don't turn left. Just straight to the hotel.
Keep your mind on your money and your money in your shoe.
Stay eyes forward.
No, eyes down.
Don't make eye contact.
Eyes down. Yeah.
Yep.
And don't look at your. Don't look at your. No iPhone. Don't look at your phone. Just eyes down and just watch your feet. Just watch your damn feet.
It's like there was like a streamer or something that got robbed while he was streaming.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in Baltimore. I think it was in like Florida or
Was
something.
he playing Pokemon or something? I thought. Like
I think it might have been.
Streaming himself playing Pokemon Go and gets mugged.
I mean,
Good.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, you kind of deserve that.
That's fucking hilarious.
Fucking life streamers.
Yeah. Vlog. I mean, we're doing the next closest douchey thing, which is podcasting. But
Well, everyone's got a podcast now.
I mean,
I'm not asking somebody to watch my boring ass life minute by minute. That's fucking different.
yeah, vlogs, or vlog,
I think
vlog,
vlogs,
whatever.
Yeah.
They're fuck that. It's awful. I hate it when like I'll find an informative channel on YouTube and it'll have stuff that I like, and then they start getting popular, so they have to start
Daily vlog.
they start buffering, like just filling up their content. It's just fluff.
because
They're like, time to vlog.
because YouTube pays you when you get more like subscribers and view count. So you got to pump out like a video a day and hope it gets like 100,000 hits to make any money. If you make one big hit video and then silence for 6 months, the checks dry up.
Yep.
You got to keep pumping the shit out, keep the viewers locked in.
And the way the algorithm works, it's like the more often you post,
Exactly.
the more it promotes you on their trending page.
And that's why they
Oh,
have their main
interesting. I didn't
channel,
know
and their
that.
secondary blog channel, and their video game channel, and their like makeup channel. It's like, yeah, it's a whole racket system.
That's how you end up with the Logan Pauls of the world.
Oh, and the Jake Pauls of the world.
So let's talk about this because this didn't come up. Prominent YouTuber Gavin Free, founder of the Slow Mo Guys and member of Achievement Hunter over at Rooster
Oh,
Teeth,
yeah.
had a
You know, right.
motherfucker break into his house in the middle of the night because he was in love with his wife, and it was like if I can't have her, no one can, and he was gonna kill her and leave him alone. So he broke into the house. He couldn't find them. They were hiding in the closet. So they called the cops. He left. He went out into the driveway. The cops showed up, and then some combination of them shooting him and him shooting himself happened, and he fucking died in the driveway. Shit is bananas. What the fuck?
Did they film it in slow motion?
I was just going to ask that. I hope is that going to be on the next slow mo show?
Yeah.
It's just the guy like.
We're going to slow it down.
This whole thing's the
Yeah,
world's
Made
biggest
by
troll.
cop.
Yeah, it makes that cool like slow down noise.
He just found a
Oh.
he just found a really depressed guy to help him out. He fucking filmed it with the Phantom. Oh my god.
Oh, it's like the modern day bum fights.
It's a billion
If they
views.
did bum fights now, but in slow motion, I would absolutely pay money for that. I'd pay money for the original
fights was-
bum fights now.
It's ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. It was.
We're not that far from that, right? Like you
What, from-
could
From Bum Fights reboot?
no worse than that. So like you couldn't
Oh.
do it on YouTube, but like on Live Leak, right? Like you could find someone
World
and
Star. I think you can monetize on World Star now.
probably not World Star, but like if you went to somebody, you were like, I will give you your family $10,000 to film your suicide. We're not that far from that, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
a bum or like a person, like an everyday citizen? Are we talking like
like a guy
homeless
down on
What
his
about a
luck.
fucking Craigslist ad?
Somebody would bite on that.
Totally.
We got people
you could-
killing themselves for free.
People would watch that, right? All these people wasting these fucking ad dollars that they could be making. Like, I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's moral. I'm just saying we're not that far from it.
If you're interested in being paid for killing yourself, don't contact us. I don't want any part of that.
Patreon,
but that would be good.
Last Call Podcast.
Yeah, please donate to our Patreon that I haven't made.
Now I feel like an asshole.
The air brakes hitting the podcast just now.
Like, oh, no. Okay, the FBI is going to kick in the front door.
800-273-8255. If you're really thinking about killing yourself, don't fucking don't. I'm just jokey jokes, guys. Please don't end your shit.
If you're one of the 2 live viewers tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about your life. But
Mikey's fine with it.
Someone does, just not me.
Stop breathing.
Let me ask this: in the last 30 days, Elon Musk's various companies have sent a car 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, launched the world's most powerful rocket into an approximated Mars orbit, gotten a permit to dig a vacuum-sealed hyper train tunnel under Washington, D.C., and made a low-end flamethrower available on the internet for approximately $500. Elon Musk, superhero or supervillain?
What's the quote again? I mean,
live long enough, either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain.
Exactly. I mean, so if he doesn't die soon, that's Lex Luthor.
I can't shit on the man. He is a billionaire trying to save the world, and he's flexing nuts while he's doing it. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to save the world. Go get mad at like Philip Morris for being a rich guy just making money off cigarettes. This guy's making money off futuristic space travel, flamethrowers, and sports cars.
How is all that happening? And there's still people that think that the Earth is flat.
I mean, those people.
I mean, fuck you.
Can we make them the first ones to go to Mars?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's just tell them that's what's happening. Look, we'll prove to you.
We'll send you to Mars.
Hey, no. Oh, you know what? We'll play up to their thoughts. We'll say, look, we have proof that the Earth is flat, and then we put them in a rocket and just launch them into the sun. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need that fucking up the gene pool. Like, I know, like, a certain amount is just random chance, but you can't tell me that just dropping piss into the gene pool like that is not fucking. I mean, Idiocracy has some things that might be coming true. Can you imagine
that too, though? Thinking you're right the whole time, and then you get sent into space, see that you're wrong, and then have like a 50-year flight to your death. You just know you're dying on that rocket ship into the sun.
That would make me so happy.
I've just got this image in my head. I've got this image in my head of of a rocket full of flat earthers like strapped into their chairs, and like they're gonna go on this space flight, and then Elon Musk just like walks across the walkway to the rocket, and he looks in the porthole, and he's just like, "Psych, bitches, enjoy the sun," and just walks away.
I like to think that it's just a little monitor on loop of him just going like no words or anything, just that for like thousands and thousands of miles.
Jurassic Park.
You didn't say the magic word. It's like the Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. See, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
The fucking depressing world we live in. It's sad.
Remember, like, didn't they announce last year that they actually had evidence of UFOs, but we were just so jaded we didn't even care anymore? Because the world becomes so shitty 2016, 2017. Like I think the FBI announced, like, oh yeah, like UFOs, we actually have a few accounted versions of, like, we just couldn't tell what they were, so we count them as UFOs. Oh,
that's it.
Like,
oh yeah, it's like the Pentagon has this program they've got where they're like looking into this shit. Like there's video from a what is it? It was a modern day fighter jet. They've got video, and these pilots were like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but it was super weird.
It would have been the biggest story in the world. Now it's, I don't know. Fucking trust the government anymore, man. I don't know.
I honestly think we were talking about Jake Paul and the Suicide Forest when that happened. I could be wrong, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
Probably one of the Kardashians.
Yeah, that comes out and they're like, yeah, but did you see how Fergie fucked up the anthem? Dude, my favorite thing to come out of that was Fergie just first off, she fucked that shit up. I mean, I tuned in the middle of it, like you know how Facebook will just start playing a video.
Yeah.
So I saw it playing, and I'd seen a bunch of people share it. So I finally clicked on it, but it already played halfway through. So she's at a part where she's like actually singing, and it sounds fine. I was like, I don't get what the big deal is. And then all of a sudden,
starts to whisper sing.
Holy shit! Like what? Like she just gave up. She's like, I want her to come out and say like it was a troll.
I only watched the first half. Did it get weird? It got worse than that?
Oh, it got real bad.
Like she was doing like a weird jazz version, but I
just because the anthem is in 3/4 time doesn't mean you improvise it. Come on.
I mean, it is not uncommon to do like the yodel singing, the pop yodel.
Yeah.
But it's like like
you're doing some runs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can put up with a little bit of that, but she just was like losing her mind. She was going insane. It made no sense whatsoever. But my favorite thing to come out of it was somebody said that she fucked it up so badly that Colin Kaepernick stood up and was like, "Hey, you will not disrespect the anthem like that." I was like, "That's pretty well played."
So there were so many people on Facebook and Twitter posting that video, making anthem knee jokes. It got so fucking hacky. No,
I don't give a shit. I don't take anybody's cause seriously. So.
We needed a distraction this week. This was perfect bullshit fodder.
Yeah, anything that can distract us from our children dying en masse.
Yeah.
Is welcome, even if it's Fergie. Oh, I get who invites the woman that pissed herself on stage to sing the national anthem?
Was that her? I thought it was Christina Aguilera.
Whatever. If I was paid to go on stage on a regular basis, I definitely would have pissed myself on stage by this point.
Yeah.
I already got your money.
If I had as much money as Fergie and I went on stage as much as Fergie, I definitely would have gone on stage drunk enough to piss myself at some point in the last 12 years.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like, like a rock star like does it on purpose. Like they go and they're like, "Hey, come over to the edge of the stage," and they're like piss on some unruly fan. Yeah, no, and you're like, "Holy shit, that just happened."
She was improvising at the NBA All-Star game.
And then just wet herself. That just sounds sad. Like she just went incontinent.
Hey guys, I got an idea.
Maybe that's what she was thinking about when she fucking butchered the anthem.
I don't know, man.
I definitely haven't pissed myself in like my adult life. I feel like I'm not living close enough to the edge.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
I should have done something like got knocked out or just drank too much. Or I should have done something where that should have been the result, right? Like
my laundry basket once, but I still didn't pee myself. I just missed the toilet by a room or two.
Oh, wait, that reminds me. So how long ago were you? So that long. We didn't ask you, is there a alcohol that you no longer drink? And if so, why?
What do you mean?
Like, is there some sort of alcohol that you used to drink or that someone would feed to you that you absolutely avoid?
Are we going way back? If we're going way back, Jägermeister. Like when I was 21, Jägermeister all the damn time. And then somewhere, I was at my sister's graduation in Chicago, and we had Jaeger bombs or Jaeger shots all night. And the next day I was so hungover and it was the worst. And it was like 95-degree weather. Next to my grandmother who was 80 years old, and she's just living it up. I'm like, Tom, Grandma, you okay? Yeah, give me some water. Yeah, it's a good idea, Grandma. And just went downstairs and hid in the shade for like half an hour to get some water. Yeah. After that, no more Jägermeister ever again.
Yeah. Did you at least avoid yakking in front of Grandma?
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, because I went to my sister's place that night. So I just like went home and passed out in the bed, the futon. Next morning I woke up, hardly moved. My head felt it was like 3 different sections of splits. Yeah, it was probably the worst I've ever been hungover ever in my life.
I'm never drinking with Grandma ever again.
Famous last words.
Jägermeister is the one liquor I would. Yeah, I'm not touching anymore.
I was restocking for the podcast and everything, and I guess it was, I don't know. There for some reason a lot of people were there, so it was just a line. So I had to sit there as I'm walking up to the counter, and you see that the wall behind where they have all the like sadness selection, where it's just like
All the little
bottles.
stuff. Yo, yeah.
Airplane bottles. Like I don't have enough money for that, but I need just enough to get fucked up.
Yeah.
All that wall. So I'm sitting there looking at it, and we've long had this idea that we want to create a wall of shame of all the stuff like that people won't drink anymore, and just have that as a background. Although I feel like Jaeger has been mentioned multiple times. I know that's one of mine.
It is a very common, like, used to drink this all the time as a youth, and then something fucked up happened.
Yeah, I think just everyone was, Metallica drinks that, right? Metallica's fucking awesome. Let's do that. And, oh, this is awesome. Jaeger forever. Oh, wait a minute. I'm 24 now. Bad times. Bad times all around.
I love seeing those memes where it's like, oh, I think I can hang out with the 18-year-olds or whatever, and it says like, oh no, wait, I'm a 25-year-old, and I'm like, I'm like 10 years older than that, and I'll still drink all of you under the table. I might have a problem.
I stopped drinking a lot more. Like before the kid even got here, I think it was back to back when DBT closed and the flood hit. Like, maybe I should just stop drinking because like my spots are gone.
Yeah, right.
They're either closed or underwater. So maybe I'll cut back. So yeah, I drink maybe like once a month now.
As much as I want everyone to drink as much as possible because that's part of my livelihood.
Yes,
I absolutely understand not drinking.
Yeah,
like especially I personally, if I wasn't in the bar industry, I'd probably never go to a bar.
What if it's just come to Naughty's and get quesadillas?
Yeah, come visit, have some food.
Yeah,
food's good for you.
Or pizza at Ghost Bar.
True.
Dude, the pizza there.
Hashtag pizza at Ghost Bar. Is that a thing?
What'd you say? True.
Hashtag pizza at Ghost Bar. Is that a thing?
We can make that a hashtag.
Yeah. I've heard it's amazing. I need to go get some.
Dude, it's so good. If you're ever in Ellicott City, Maryland, old Ellicott City, go to Portales, get some fucking pizza, man. Late night.
I'm not gonna lie. You post those pizza pictures like once or twice a week. It's one of the few things that makes me super sad. I don't live in Maryland anymore. I'm like, that looks fucking delicious. I wish I could go put some of that in me.
Holy shit! Next, that's what she said.
Back to my sister's Chicago graduation. Out there, the bars were up until 4 a.m. We went to like a pizza place. I guess after midnight, they serve pizza $1 a slice from like midnight till 3 a.m, and they kill it. So if you just do like $1 a slice at like Ghost Bar, just slices, you may crush that money, man. If they're drunk enough, $1 pizza now.
I never thought about that.
Just $1 a slice.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, $1 a slice.
Just make a bunch of fucking cheese and pepperoni pizzas. Yeah,
no, just cheese. Make it super easy. Cheese.
Drunk
pizza.
people love pizza.
Yeah.
That I know. Years ago, Tristan and I went out in like Canton, and there's that
I was
one.
Just thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one place there they just make pizza and then hold it up, and they're like $10, and people are like here, and it sucks. It's terrible pizza, but you don't give a shit because bad pizza is still pizza, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what it was. Chicago was. We were just drunk. It was cute girls behind the counter ringing like the tip bell, $1 a slice, and they were killing it from midnight to 3 a.m.
I'm actually going to bring that up. That's actually a great idea.
And poster work too. I'll do poster work and I'll give you pizza ideas.
There we go.
Hit me up.
Instead of shot girls, you just have like a pizza girl who just stands in the corner with a bunch of pizza and a bikini top.
So attractive to me, actually.
And just like flopping cheese pizza slices in the air.
That sounds amazing.
Maddie, we're gonna change some things Friday, Saturday. You're now the pizza girl. The cowbunga bitch. Get out there.
No, just like two things, just like pizza and Jaeger.
Huh?
You just have her hawk just pizza and Jaeger.
Dress in like a sexy Ninja Turtle outfit and just hand out pizzas. Little like mini pizzas.
Fuck
pizza
yes.
rolls.
Sexy
pizza
Michelangelo.
Totino's pizza rolls?
Instead of shots.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I would order pizza rolls at a bar.
Hell yeah.
Why have I not done that?
We are brainstorming tonight, man. We are brainstorming.
We're coming with all kinds of great ideas.
God,
I
So
can't
glad you
wait.
showed up.
I'm so.
I can't wait to come by Ghost Bar and it's just the two of you eating fucking pizza rolls. I wonder where these things ever took off.
Mario Kart and pizza roll. We'll just call it hanging out in your parents' basement, but it's a bar. It's
It's-
just Mario Kart and pizza.
Welcome to 1999.
Oh my God,
Totino's pizza rolls. They're either hot enough to sear your taste buds shut or cold enough to be gross.
Well, you just don't have the craft, man. You put in like it's 20 rolls, 2.5 minutes to microwave. I fucking know this, man. It's a system.
No, but he's right.
No.
You know, at least one or two of them came out
Trial
ice
and error.
cold.
No.
You like 4 or 5 of them would explode
because-
with fiery.
Because you're not supposed to do the whole like they do the diagram with the circle and stuff. You don't put them in the circle. You just put them in a fucking pile. So they all heat up. They heat each other up in the center like a mound of pizza rolls. They all stay the same temperature that way.
That is madness.
They lie to you.
It's fucking
with the
madness.
diagram.
If you make a mountain, you're just creating a heat map for how your microwave actually works. That's all you're
Really?
doing.
That's it. Yeah, my microwave might have sucked.
There you go.
That's true. This is back in the 90s before you had like the rotating microwaves and everything. It was just like
He's like, I ate Totino's pizza rolls today.
No shame, man. I got a kid. I'm broke. You know what cost $1.50 at Safeway? 15 pizza rolls in the box.
I'm not here to judge.
No, not.
I'm making the run for the Would You Rather.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I thought you were going to get pizza rolls.
God damn.
Holy shit, he's had him in the oven the whole time.
Ah. So how do we
What's
transition?
happening?
How do we transition from pizza rolls to like school shootings? How does that work?
Well, you hit the air brakes and then say, "How about them kids?"
I'll let you
Oh, thank
be the judge because you don't want my pour.
Okay.
We're not at Diamondback. I at least had a cutoff point with my pour there.
I'll say this. So since this has happened, which was what, 2 days ago,
Yes.
I can't log into Facebook without my like blood pressure noticeably rising.
Oh, wait, real quick.
I can't do it anymore.
Did you hear? I haven't looked to see if this is true, but one of my friends said there's a way that you can like pause people, like not block. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can mute them for like 30 days.
Yeah, or hide them for something. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never do it because my life revolves around crushing those people's souls. But I mean, it's a cool feature. Like, how long has that existed? That's
I
awesome.
don't know. Enough there or two ago, I think.
So, I think the most simple breakdown of everything that's gone on. There was a school shooting again.
Yep.
And everybody started arguing on Facebook.
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
And I made exactly the same post I made for, I think it was Las Vegas.
Which is what?
Where I said, banning guns won't solve the problem. And giving people more guns won't solve the problem.
Exactly.
You're all stupid. I fucking hate you. And that's essentially what I said, like, however many months ago it was for Las Vegas. And I still and people bit on it so hard. I got two conservative people and one
car argument. Cars are dangerous.
Yeah, I got
ban cars.
I got two conservative people and one liberal person that bit hard on it. And I was like, you're proving my point.
Yeah.
If you believe so hard on those thoughts that you can argue that point that I just made, you're part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
See, I think that's bullshit.
What's that?
You're bullshit.
I'm with you. But you don't get to do this thing where it's like your solution's bad, your solution is bad, and anybody who's arguing for either solution is fucking dumb. Fuck you, I'm out. Mic drop.
No.
Step back.
Yeah.
Your post was I get your point, but it was also unproductive.
Yeah.
It was just as unproductive as all the far left and far right wing shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nothing I do is productive.
Yeah. There's needs eventually. I mean, I don't know. Sandy Hook, a bunch of second graders got assassinated, like lined up and shot. So if that didn't move the needle, I don't think anything will. But there needs to be a middle ground, and the middle ground is don't ban all the guns. The middle ground is don't arm the teachers because they make $30K a year. Here's your art degree. Now go defend these children. No, it's a horrible idea too. It's just you got to have. You don't need these giant powerhouse weapons. When they made the Second Amendment, these kids weren't on Snapchat and Twitch, and they didn't have semi-automatic rifles. They were fucking growing tobacco or going to war, and they had a rifle. That's all they had back then. These kids weren't in the same boat. These fucking like mental cases now. Back then, if they had to work out their anger, they wouldn't fucking tote a field.
That's where I always run into a problem is that I don't own any guns. I'll probably never own guns. I don't have a problem with people owning guns.
Of course
though.
not.
However, I think that the laws we have in place are pretty good. The problem is they don't enforce them for shit.
Yeah.
So we have background checks, but they're very lax.
That's state to state too.
Yeah.
Like some,
so
Maryland is hard to
Florida.
Maryland's hard to conceal carry in Maryland.
Yeah.
But you can go to another state and just buy a gun at a Walmart or buy a gun at a gun show.
That's the stuff we have to like stop arguing the extremes. Like I said, and I know my post wasn't productive because I'm being an asshole about it. And nobody responds to being yelled at.
Because you're on Facebook, go back to work. It's like 2 PM. You're getting really mad about this.
But the point is still solid, is that you can't go to either of these extremes and get anything accomplished. Because 50% of the people out there are going to completely disagree with you.
I think you're wrong. I think I'm tired of the middle ground. I think I'm tired of being the only fucking country in the world where this shit happens over and over and over again. This isn't like everybody's like, oh yeah, you can't just take all the guns away. It's not a gun problem. It is a fucking gun problem. Like we're the country in the world that has the most goddamn guns. The rest of the fucking civilized world doesn't have this fucking problem anymore.
But the rest of the civilized world didn't come into it the same way we did.
The rest of the world didn't.
Which is
declare their independence by saying, "Hey, we're also going to get all the guns we can." Like,
sure they did. Everybody earned their independence at some point.
But here's what it was:
200 fucking years ago.
Yeah, no, here's what it was though. We declare ourselves independent. Rule 1, free speech. Rule 2, we're owning guns in case you motherfuckers. If there's like secret British spies in the army, if we need to rise up against their own army, we can do that because we have guns. It's part of our deal.
And looking back on that now, that's super fucking silly. It sounds weird,
but when
they
drafted independence, they like had spies in the military. We're trying to overthrow the government from the inside.
200 years ago, if everybody had a rifle, you could take the fucking military, easy, right? It's just numbers. That's not the fucking case anymore. We're not going to overthrow the goddamn fucking U.S. Army. Either they're on our side and we win, or we die.
I mean. A million AR-15s are not going to take down one tank, and we have more tanks than we know what to do with because we're America and we love wasteful spending.
We spent $50 trillion on our military over the last 100 years. They're the most advanced and powerful military force in the history of the world, and we're going to fucking take them down with Glocks and AR-15s.
And we're going to arm the teachers.
Fuck yourself.
Exactly. It's a stupid argument, but that's why I'm saying that the types of legislation that we have in place in some states needs to be applied across the board and then enforced. And that's the problem, is that stuff's not enforced. Like I think you could realistically have these weapons available, but if you restricted how easy they are to get, and then, all the hoops it takes to get there, that restricts a lot of the problem. That doesn't, and then things like gun show loopholes, like private sales, stuff like that.
Super
like
sketchy shit.
Yeah, get rid of all that crap, and then that's a pretty good middle ground.
You could stop selling guns tomorrow and still have a dozen guns for every person in the country.
Oh yeah.
Right.
For the next 50 years. That does not slow the flow of weapons. We need to end our masturbatory fucking obsession with guns in this country. It's the 21st goddamn century. Fucking get over your shit. Like, we just don't need it anymore. We're going to get left behind by the rest of the world. This shit is going to end us. It's going to be the fucking end. We're talking about arming teachers and children and putting metal detectors at every fucking school in the country.
Well, that's the one extreme, yeah.
Are we fucking Iraq? Like, what the fuck? I'm not saying march door to door and get rid of them. I'm saying we can't keep saying, everybody, let's meet in the middle. That fucking time's over.
It does seem like this shooting just happened to occur in like a very blue part of Florida that seems very determined to like push the agenda. Like, compared to other places in the US where it didn't have this much effect. Like, these students are like losing their mind on the news and on Twitter and stuff.
I will say, it's super impressive, like what these kids have done.
Yeah,
and the outcry that's there, and I respect that.
So hopefully
wholeheartedly.
That can move the needle more than anything else has. Because I still go back to it. Sandy Hook didn't move a needle for any of these like bipartisan guys.
Personally,
which is the sign of a broken society that we've forgotten 30 kindergartners were murdered.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, you're never gonna approach those people when that's the argument that's brought up. Personally, I think if we could walk out there now and get rid of guns, I'd be okay with it. I like guns. I think it would be. I think they're fun. I'm not a hunter, but I don't. You know, I think there should be some discussion there, and that's the problem. Is everybody jumps to the extremes? It's like the immediate argument is that anybody that doesn't want more gun control legislation is like, you don't care about all these people that died. And that's as somebody that loves to jump to just that straw man argument and crush somebody, like that's what is happening there, and that's the problem I have with it. And that's what the point of my post was. It's like, you can't jump to these extremes and hope to anything happen. And I'm not saying that you have to like, oh, we have to kumbaya meet in the middle. We have to find the things that we agree on and lock down on those. So there's going to be a few things on each side that you have to focus on, and then get that going across the board. And that's what you need to do to make any real, progress.
Fuck that.
Eventually, once you do some of that, that's when you decide where you can go from there. But until you get some sort of like equilibrium across, like, I mean, the difference between here and Texas is insane.
Yes. Like, you can.
It's time to split.
You need the 50 cal? Really?
Let's draw the line. Let's draw the line like north of Virginia and then like directly west, like north of Texas. I'd like to keep California and like, Washington, Oregon and all that kind of shit. But I'll, maybe like, I'm thinking like a housing exchange program where like if somebody in Texas wants to move to a blue state and somebody in, New Hampshire wants to move to a red state, that they just find equivalent houses and switch. Cause it's fucking
talked about that in the past.
I'm fucking tired of it. I don't want to deal with these people anymore. I don't want to meet in the middle. I'm tired of this fucking shit. Let's fucking just cut it down the middle and call it a day.
I absolutely understand to a degree, but as the resident pissed off guy, you're taking it too far at that point.
Nope. I don't need to share a country with some of these people anymore. These people who are spreading this shit around about how the kid who's on TV saying that gun violence is over. Anybody who shares a meme that says that kid's dad is a fucking billionaire ex-FBI agent and he's a planted agent of the left-wing media and he was talking in a California shooting and now he's talking in a Florida shooting. He's a paid actor. Here's all the footage. Anybody who shares that shit, I'm fucking done with you.
Do you realize what an uphill battle it is to fight against that much stupid?
Yeah. I do. Let's fucking cut it all off. Let's move them all to fucking Florida and fucking send that shit.
You know how you cut it all off? You get off the internet. Get off Facebook, get off Twitter, and just hang out with your friends and family.
Those people don't disappear. My kid still has to grow up in the same country as those people. It doesn't make them go away. It just makes me not exposed to them. And yes, this is all my anxiety pouring out over the fucking airwaves.
Yeah,
but these people are ruining our fucking country, which I love.
Yeah, but are those people really going to be like bagging your groceries? Are they really going to be like...
They're voting for president.
Clearly.
Well, yeah, but we know that doesn't entirely work.
Apparently it does.
That's one time.
Sorry, I'm riled up.
There's a very real chance that, I mean, I had to have a discussion with my 5-year-old 2 days ago about why somebody would want to hurt somebody like that and what he has to do if something like that happens at school. And these fucking people are talking about how the kid who saw his friends get gunned down, his dad is an FBI agent, he's a paid actor. Fuck them and fuck this. I'm tired of it. There's no fucking middle ground anymore. But that absolutely, that initial assessment, very clearly right. But the problem is finding realistic solutions to the problems. And that's what I'm talking about. You have to eliminate all these other things. That's you're not going to jump straight to the extremes. It just won't work.
I'd be with you if I felt like they wanted to meet in the middle, but it's clearly not the case.
Nobody does. Well, that's the problem. Neither extreme wants to meet in the middle. You have to get those people that are like quarter extreme, and start pulling them towards the middle.
Yep.
And that's ultimately, to get anything done, you have to find something that the majority agrees with. The majority is in the middle, but you have to present it well enough that people realize that they can be okay with that.
You know what they mostly agree upon? That it's mostly the fault of the blacks and the Hispanics.
That's not what the middle would agree on. I mean, I get what extreme you're talking about, but
sorry, I've taken us to a dark place.
Was that another joke?
No.
Is that your Black Panther segue?
Yeah, I was like, speaking of Black Panther.
No, but we can't talk about how Richard Pryor fucked Marlon Brando. I thought that was an interesting news item today.
Question 1, where did you find that story? And question 2,
why did you believe it?
Yeah, where did that come from?
So I think it's his ex-wife came out and said it. She was like, my favorite quote from the article was, it was the 70s. Drugs were still good, especially Quaaludes. If you did enough cocaine, you'd fuck a radiator and send it flowers in the morning.
that quote alone makes me want to believe it.
Right? That's what I said. But I mean, that's the same. Like, who was it? Was it Keith Richards? Fucked. What's his name? David Bowie. Like, weren't they fucked too?
Maybe, but like, if you're
but David Bowie,
you're as drunk as Keith Richards is, and David Bowie's wearing something kind of hot and effeminate.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like those are like the comparison isn't quite there.
I'm a straight man, but David Bowie in his thin white Duke outfit, he's a good looking dude.
I'm just gonna scoot this way.
There's no shame in that, man. He's a legend.
Nobody here is judging.
No, man.
Want some Quaaludes?
Hey.
So it was the woman that Richard Pryor was married to when he died. Her name is Jennifer.
Is that why this story hit the news? Like, come read my book. I'll tell you stories about when my husband fucked Marlon Brando.
She has a book coming out called "How to Have a Kid in 6
months." 6 months that I've been trying. Yeah.
Yeah, by Ghostwrite Tom Kraft. So.
Yes.
Quincy Jones said that Pryor would, quote, fuck anything. He'd fuck a mailbox. James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye. Yeah. So that's the thing that happened.
Is that what I heard? Richard Pryor would fuck Richard Pryor?
Yep.
Like, he just, like...
if he could.
Just the mailbox?
He's like, go fuck yourself. He's like, I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
If, like, a future version of Tom K showed up and could prove that it was a future version of you, and he was like, you know what I've always wanted to do? give the past version of myself a hand job? Would you be like, okay?
I would say, when did future me start liking hand jobs?
Is that cheating?
I don't know.
Yourself?
If you fuck you,
if you get a blowjob from the future version of yourself, is that cheating?
Whoa. Pump those brakes again.
That's a step too far.
Let's be realistic here. And then you have a natty daddy. Ugh.
But no, he's giving you a blowjob. You don't have to blow him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe future Mikey's really good at it.
I don't know. They say guys know what guys like.
And who knows what you like better than you?
That's what multiple guys have told me.
Yeah, but will future me like to have a dick in his mouth? That's what I'm not sure about.
I mean, maybe there's an incident that happens to you later this year.
Well, why can't he warn me about that incident if he's from the future?
Well, he's gonna after he's done.
By the way, you're gonna learn to like this.
I mean, honestly, are you gonna turn down a blowjob? Who turns down blowjobs?
Maybe future you doesn't like giving blowjobs until future you gives you a blowjob.
Paradox theory.
That's right.
Inception music plays. Jesus. What is going on?
Yeah.
Where are we?
How did we get here?
We're in that weird part of the internet.
This is not my beautiful wife.
I am not Mikey's beautiful wife. How did I get here?
I think. Oh.
What are these cards? What is this?
Yeah. Wow.
Anything but this.
Yeah. What are these cards in your hand?
We were like creating our own would you rather. That's where we were headed.
Jump on this roller coaster, will you not? Premature children. Crime in Baltimore. Shooting guns. Did we have anything happy tonight at all?
We talked about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. That's the one little ramp in that roller coaster. It's
Richard Pryor fucking Marlon Brando. That's kind of a
okay, if it was Fergie from the future, because as bad of a singer she is, my humps. Yeah.
I give her a shot at the title.
Air brakes. You feel that? Just
fucking. And we're there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Would You Rather. Would you rather fall through the toilet hole in an outhouse or be temporarily trapped beneath a pile of dead animals?
Oof.
Temporary.
How old?
Wait, is the outhouse is like? I'm gonna say outhouse in case it was just freshly cleaned. Like they just
you don't clean an outhouse.
No, in case they
ever.
Oh, I'm thinking the porta potty. Fuck.
Really? Was that the theory? An outhouse? Oh, it was like a septic tank. Like it just settled, just constantly. Is that how outhouses work?
I don't know. I thought it was. Like
I don't know. Do you clean outhouses?
I thought you flush out porta johns. I was one of those, but no. Yeah, I guess.
I'm thinking outhouse. Like that's just like you dig an 8-foot hole.
Then dead animals. Dead animals.
Yeah, I mean I gotta lean dead animals.
Yeah. I mean, is it like deer or like kittens?
Either way, better than a.
I mean, kittens that might be.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not being crushed. I don't give a fuck if I gotta climb out of some dead deer. But if it's like a fucking pile of dead puppies on me, like that's gonna fuck with me when I try to go to sleep at night.
No, what if it's kittens? That's probably really soft.
That's when you go home and snuggle your pets because you know you had it good.
Oh yeah, and cry myself to sleep.
Yes, and snuggle your pets.
I'm gonna have to go outhouse unless it's some animal I don't give a fuck about.
Okay. I mean, if it was deer, I would happily do that just to know that there were more dead deer in the world.
Jesus.
It was like an elk climbing through like a tauntaun.
I was driving down the road one time and a deer ran out in front of me, so I like slowed down so I wouldn't hit it. And he ran towards like the Jersey wall and then cut back, ran into my side view mirror, and then ran off. I got out of that car like I was about to fuck that deer up, and I absolutely would have tried my best. I've never fought a deer. I don't know. Some little doe could probably fuck my life up. I don't know. But I got out of that deer.
Fuck you up, man. Yeah, you don't want to fight a deer.
I got out of that ready to fucking box this deer. And it had already run out. I was I was so mad.
So
Fuck my mirror up.
I used to know a guy who worked for the Department of Natural Resources, and they had teams that they would dispatch in like suburban areas that had a lot of auto accidents with deer. And it'd be a couple of guys in a pickup truck that drove around at night in like suburban areas with night vision and silenced weapons, and they would just hunt deer in like suburban areas, and they just fucking take out a deer and they toss it in the back of the pickup truck, and they do that all night until the truck was full, and then they take the deer back to the fucking DNR and dump them off and go do it some more, and that's all they did every night.
See, what do you do once you ban guns? What do you taser the deer?
Right, yeah, you fucking knife them, like yeah. I always thought that sounded like the coolest and saddest job in the world.
That sounds like an awesome job.
Deer
Right?
control.
Kind of depressing, but
You're like a Navy
Still
SEAL, except you just hunt retarded animals.
I think it would be great if you had to like fucking Sam Fisher each one of them. Like you have to sneak up behind the deer and like
Snap it.
you're just like that'd be fucking awesome. I would definitely assassinate some fucking deer. Fuck deer.
Mikey's fucking hanging from a tree with that one glowing green eye that never made any sense because that's fucking
Oh
Just
shit!
hang down from the rafters. Hey, fuck you, Bambi.
deer gets a little exclamation point above its head.
Like, must have been the wind.
What was that? A noise.
What was that? Snake. Anyway,
Baby.
perfect. Would you rather have everyone think your spouse is an idiot and a jerk,
Jesus.
or that he or she is just really, really ugly?
Wait, think she's ugly or think she's a jerk?
Jerk and dumb, I think, right?
Yeah, both. Yeah. So have everyone think your spouse is an idiot and a jerk, or that he or she is just really, really ugly.
This is really just like a litmus test on me, right? Like this is like
Like how
like
vain am I?
Yeah.
Or how do I
Shit.
project
Well,
my vanity?
I think I would go with dumb and a jerk. because-
really.
Yeah, because then, so wait, you go to a house party and they all think your wife is ugly and she senses that and feels that around. So she's out with you and she feels like hideous. I wouldn't want that.
Does it
Oh,
mean
I like
that
how you turned that around. I was ready to be like, that's the wrong answer to that question, but you like really made it like a sensitive. That's impressive.
Yeah, man.
so is the opposite true?
Yeah, true. So is she dumb but hot?
So it's like they think she's an idiot and dumb, but she's not, but she's hot? Or it's like they I don't know. I've already inceptioned my brain.
I would just say they either think she's an idiot and dumb and neutral to hot looking, right? Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Or they think she's ugly as sin and okay to awesome.
No, I'm cool with
How I
I'm,
would
I'm cool with having the hot bitchy wife. So, yeah.
I mean, I really, really hate stupid people.
I'm not impressed with any of
No,
my
it's what
friends.
they think. It's not what you think, though. If you think your wife's a genius, that's
I know,
great,
but
but your friends can all think she's an idiot.
I'm
Well-
not impressed with any of my friends who have super hot cunty wives. That's
Yeah.
not a thing that impresses me at all. I don't give a fuck. I'd much rather hang out with somebody whose wife is cool and looks like she got
No, it didn't.
went into a
Say,
boxing ring with a deer.
no, she didn't. It didn't say. It didn't say she's not cool. It says that she's dumb and rude. She can still be cool. You can be dumb, rude, and cool,
yeah, like me.
like Mikey. You can be married to Mikey.
Nah, I'm going. They think she's ugly.
Yeah, I'd probably. Yeah, I think I'd have to lean that way too.
All right.
As much as I like having a hot wife, I mean,
Yep.
I like more that she's.
way to
smarter.
work that into the conversation.
She doesn't watch the podcast. She's terrified of everything I say on here.
They're gonna come hunt us. They're knocking on our doors.
You're just gonna cut it out and then like send it to her as an audio clip. through text messages.
That's a great idea. Can you remind me to isolate this?
Nope.
Isolate this. Pizza rolls at the bar.
Oh, that as well.
Tonight's takeaways.
No,
Isolate
no, the
this for your
single
wife.
slices of pizza was a great idea.
$1 a slice.
Pizza
at the bar.
rolls was not. Pay no
Well,
attention.
we're going
the
to
man with the
Portales.
gumbo cup.
By the way, we're going to Portales for pizza. And we're going to FaceTime Tristan to just show him what he's missing.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn my phone off now.
Would you rather drink a glass of pus?
Fuck.
Dip there.
God damn it.
Or eat a 1-inch thick scab sandwich?
Christ.
How much was the first one? How much was it?
A glass. Let's say what
Like a
12 or
Like a
pint?
Slurpee cup, a 22-ounce cup? Or
What is that? That's maybe a
it's
pint.
22.
No, it's like a tumbler, right? It's like a whiskey
Is
tumbler.
that really it?
It says 22 ounces on the side.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird seeing it without, like, glasses always have like the built-in curvature to it.
Yeah.
Weird.
I like to imagine there's a department at the Would You Rather like game division, and it's like different people, and like there's one girl who's really good at the like, oh, would you rather like, you know, stab your son or rape your mom kind of shit. But then there's one guy in the corner who does all like the weird like bodily fluid, like fucking eat a scab or drink pus. Like nobody talks to him.
Like, shut up, Dennis.
Fuck you, Dennis. What the fuck is that shit?
This is why you're not allowed in the break room anymore.
Um,
I would go scab sandwich because I can't do like the texture of like liquid slime milkshake.
Oh.
I'd have to go scab sandwich.
Pus.
An inch is in that. An inch is like just a little bit of a knuckle right here. So I guess like, yeah, just chomp down.
1-inch thing. Like, think of like an Applebee's steak, but it's a scab.
But a scabs are only about the size of a dime, so it'd be essentially like chewing on like a skin cork, kind of.
But it's a sandwich. No, it's a sandwich made
It's
of
a
that.
1-inch thick
They've
scab
gathered
sandwich.
enough scabs to make a scab sandwich that is an inch thick.
Bread? I'll take bread. Can I like add like mustard and like?
To be honest, it would probably taste like Arby's.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe
I
scab-
like Arby's. Fuck you.
Us or Arby's? Mountain Dew or crab kalash? Yeah.
we found something that upset Tristan more than gun control. Like, don't you dare shit on Arby's.
Fuck you. You can move to fucking Texas in the house exchange program, motherfucker. Arby's is a national goddamn treasure.
I will fucking chug that glass of pus. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Only because it's like you could chug a glass of pus in 10 seconds if you really hunkered
Yeah.
down.
No, what
I
if
think
it's
it
like,
takes you-
what if it's like a Jello shot consistency though? You gotta like tongue it out of the glass.
That is particularly awful, and I hate you for putting that in my head, but I'm
Mm.
I
I'm
just
just saying-
watched I just watched a Whitest Kids You Know sketch where like they were making fun of what was that towel that was on the infomercial with Vince, the ShamWow?
ShamWow.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's a Whitest Kids You Know sketch where the guy is pretending he's Vince from ShamWow, but it's a rag that's just for jizz. It's just a jizz rag, and he's just like,
Is it the Jizz Wow?
yeah, it's called like a jizzle, I think it's called.
I think I remember that one. Yeah.
And he's just like wiping up puddles of jizz over her. And I don't know what fluid it is they've found, but it gives me that like mouth sweats just watching him do it. It's
You're
revolting.
salivating jizz.
I'm just saying, mouth sweats is usually reserved for stuff that you're like super enticed by.
Yeah.
No, mouth sweats are when you're about to throw up. Mouth
No.
sweats aren't mouth watering. Like I got the mouth sweats looking at that turkey. Mouth sweats are I'm about to vomit from something awful. That's
I don't know. It sounds like
Yeah, I'm like,
mouth sweat sounds like you
where'd
want
I
it.
leave my phone?
fuck you both. I hate you.
Sounds like you want it.
All right, we need. All right, I'm gonna read the next question as you Google mouth sweats.
Yes.
Do mouth sweats Urban Dictionary
I've
because
got
we get
no connection down here. I'm not on your Wi-Fi and I got less than 3G.
yeah. Service is terrible here. So
I'll keep trying though.
all right, would you rather fall in love with someone who has done hard time in prison for a triple murder.
Ooh.
I wish we could have like selected this for getting Courtney back on the show. Courtney, if you're watching, I'm going to ask you this again. Fall in love with someone who has done hard time in prison for a triple murder, or with someone who is a member of a bizarre religious cult.
Who did they murder?
Wait, triple murder or cult? Fall in love with cult or triple murder?
I'm leaning murder, because I can think of plenty of times where I would.
I mean, they murder like
people.
Their family, or like,
Especially if I had an easily accessible AR-15.
yeah, I mean, like, you know, they murder like their family or like gun advocates, because you know.
Yeah, can we just murder the problem?
I'm gonna have to go with cult, because there was that one cute chick from Smallville who got busted a month or two ago from like running a sex cult with her husband. So I'm gonna play the odds and hope it's a sex cult or something fun. Instead of like,
I'm saying your odds are terrible.
instead of drink this Kool-Aid, Jesus is an alien, get on my spaceship. I'm hoping for like, you know what? Smallville sex cult.
It's probably in between.
Maybe.
There's probably a cult you join where, like, you know, the leader gets to just fuck you every now and again.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
That's
it's
mostly what those are about, right?
pros and cons.
Is it Richard Pryor or Marlon Brando?
Pros and cons. The cult is free. You're not going to die, but you have to wear this t-shirt and take it up the butt. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah, probably free shoes, right? I mean,
yeah.
got that going for you.
Mouth
Top
sweats.
definition, mouth sweats, when your mouth produces large amounts of saliva before you vomit.
I've got the feeling you get in your mouth when you've had too much to drink and take one more shot. Okay, you're about to puke. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you're about to puke.
Oh man,
It still sounds like you're
all
into
this
it, though.
all this time, I totally had it wrong.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mouth
You're
sweats
still
is a
gross.
bad thing.
All right.
I'm going
Final-
murderers, I guess. I don't. Yeah, probably murderers.
Yeah.
So those
mean-
all end up in a cult.
A murder cult.
I don't know. Fucking
What
female
if it's a
triple
murder
murder.
cult?
That's
What if
kind
it's
of
like
it's kind of
say
hot.
no to the triple murder, but you get into in a murder cult instead? So you lose either way.
Does that
I
mean I
bet-
get to
I
murder
bet-
people?
Maybe.
I'm generally okay with if I'm allowed to murder people.
I'm just saying. I bet a chick who's killed 3 people can probably fuck.
Oh, yeah, it's probably that crazy fucking
Yeah,
murder sex. Is
yeah.
Yeah,
You taking your life in your own
it a
hands.
thing? Can we look that up
Yeah,
too?
it's called Gone Girl.
Gone.
It's called Gone Girl.
Would you rather in a guest bathroom with no toilet paper use the hand towel or an old newspaper to wipe your behind?
Wait, it's the guest bathroom. I mean,
Newspaper.
It's not my house. Hand towel.
Well, how? I mean, why is there an old newspaper? Do you keep?
No.
I mean, nobody keeps newspaper at all
Yeah.
anymore. But
If I need traction and like force to pull the shit out of there, yeah, I think I have more grip with the towel. I think so. The towel makes sense.
here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yeah.
Problem is, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the towel? You're gonna like sneak it out with you and like dispose of it? Like,
Or clog their toilet. Those are your options.
No, you laundry room.
you can't
Just
flush a towel down the toilet.
Find the washing machine before you leave and just throw it in there. Hope no one notices. Just blame it on the owners.
You're like,
That being said, does this sit right here in the bathroom?
no, please don't. That's my laundry room.
That's right. There's towels in there though.
That's the old restroom sign from Diamondback.
Oh nice. There's towels in there though. I could just use-
Towels
I guess
and a washing machine. Done.
I've got a little bit of an itch right now.
generally speaking, bad idea to shit on anything that isn't supposed to be shit on in my house.
Well, your son does it, doesn't he?
No, he shits in the diaper.
Okay.
You're supposed to shit in the diaper,
All right.
as far as I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying newspaper. I feel like you could tear up some newspaper and turn that into some makeshift toilet paper.
It's a lot of layers though.
And then probably flush it.
Newspaper is like one ply. Though.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, exactly. I just had a post about that recently. Life is too short
like that stuff gets wet and it's just stuck there. You're gonna have like the Zippy comic up your ass until you like go with it in the shower later.
Would you rather have to walk around with a shit covered hand towel?
No, I'm gonna throw it in the laundry when I'm done. Like,
do you know where the laundry room is?
I'll find it.
You just thought my laundry room was the bathroom.
Well, because it has the restroom sign above the door.
What if they have laundry room above their restroom?
I'm with Mikey in this scenario. Like, I'm wandering out of the bathroom with like a towel in my hands, and the owner's like, "Why you got that?" And I'm like, I
just found this in here.
Where's your laundry room? I found this on the floor. It's dirty."
It probably wouldn't be much better if you like hobbled out and you're like, "You got a newspaper?"
Just leave a note.
You can flush newspaper. Newspaper's really thin.
I'm definitely leaning newspaper. I feel like.
So I think I went opposite on all these questions. I went like sex cult. I went dead animals. I went scab sandwich. I went hand towel. Sex cult.
It's all Tom K's
You're like
fault.
the first guest to do that. Normally, there's general
opposite.
Agreement.
I
don't think anybody's ever gone opposite on all of them.
New record. So now you have the longest episode, and
I used to. I think I got beaten twice now.
Oh, really?
I'm like third longest now by a few seconds.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But anyway, thank you very much for everybody joining us on another Last Call podcast. Thank you very much for Tom joining us after a long time away.
Yeah, man. It was good to finally be back.
Thanks as always to Tristan for phoning in from the great state of Ohio.
My pleasure. Sorry for screaming at you, internet.
Fuck you, Tristan. My name is Mikey T, and we'll see you next time on the next Last Call.
Hey.
See you.